Hey guys, what's up? It's Emmy. Welcome to my channel. So this video is going to be the first video in a beginner series that I'm going to be doing. Every single new video that I post isn't going to be a part of this series, so I'm going to give you some variety. But I will make a playlist on my channel called Beginner Series, all things fitness. We're going to be talking about nutrition and workouts. Just everything you need to know when starting a fitness journey. And if you're not new to your fitness journey, these can still be helpful. I feel like there'll be some tips in here that you can still apply that maybe you didn't think about or you just didn't know about. So yeah, definitely keep a lookout for the other videos, but yeah, let's get into this video right here. So today we're going to be talking about whole foods, what they are, what minimally processed foods actually are, because I mention a lot on my channel, and I'm sure if you consume other fitness media, you hear that you should be eating whole foods, minimally processed foods, nutrient dense foods, and you may be like, what exactly does that mean? So I'm here to break it down for you and just like give you some tips and tricks on how to manage your diet and just improve your overall eating. So whole foods are foods that are closest to the origin of that specific food. They haven't been altered in any way. So for example, that could be like fresh fruit. It was grown that way, you eat it that same way as it came. Same with vegetables, and other examples could be like an egg, a nut in its shell. So things that haven't been altered or physically changed, or they haven't gone through any processes, just they come as they are. So processed foods, things that we tend to want to limit, stay away from, come in all the packaging like bags or boxes, and they've gone through a lot of processes to get to that state because they have been altered and they don't look like their original state whatsoever. They're very far from the original thing that it came from. There's also a lot of added ingredients which are not always good. So those are like the differences between whole foods, minimally processed foods, and processed foods. Minimally processed foods still go through some processes, but is very minimal, as in minimally processed, so it goes by the name here. An easy way to tell minimally processed foods apart from processed foods are that minimally processed foods are the foods that go bad quicker. You have to eat them up before they go bad, while processed foods, they last a long time. You can keep them in your cupboard for like a very long time and they are just completely fine. So the reason we want to focus on these whole foods, these nutrient dense foods, are because they contain nutrients that we don't get in the other foods. There's less added ingredients where we don't necessarily know what they are, and lab made ingredients. And we need these whole foods to be functioning properly. Our body needs them. It's not just for looks, like looking better. You're gonna feel better. Your body's processes are gonna run a lot smoother. This includes like our immune system function, our bone health, like strengthening them, repairing them. It helps our nervous system function, and just so many other things that are necessary for our body to be in the best shape that it can possibly be. So it's easier said than done to just eat whole foods and minimally processed foods and just cut out all the bad stuff. But I'm here to tell you that you should start small, start slowly adding in those whole foods, like some fruit here and there, and you'll kind of swap out the bad stuff for the good stuff. You want to focus on adding more versus eliminating things because you don't want to feel deprived. I don't want you to ever feel deprived or make it super complicated on yourself. You don't have to overcomplicate things and like make crazy recipes. You just have to simply add in things here and there along the way. You don't have to do it all at once. Just slowly start, build some habits, and then build up from those habits. So with slowly incorporating these foods over time, you're having more nutrients go into your body, and the more variety of nutrients, the better they absorb into your body, because like certain nutrients need other certain nutrients to actually absorb properly and have your body actually be able to use those nutrients. And you'll be more in tune with your body and its hunger cues. You'll learn like when you're full, when you're hungry. You'll be more in touch just from simply slowly adding in those whole foods. And eventually, I know it sounds really simple, but you'll start craving those whole foods over those processed foods. Like I'm telling you, it happened to me, and I was a processed food like queen, like did not touch vegetables, fruits, like nothing. And now that's like what I crave, that's what I want. I don't really want the bad stuff, like I simply just don't want it. But when I do, the rare occasion that I want it, I allow myself to have it because I don't want to be deprived. Having something like that every once in a while is not gonna kill you, not gonna ruin your progress. It's okay. I like to follow the 80-20 rule, so 80% of the time I'm eating those whole foods, and those other 20% of the time is when I allow myself to have treats so that I feel satisfied and just like not deprived, and I'm able to keep going with eating more whole foods because I have that system in place where I'm not deprived. If you completely cut out everything, you may feel deprived, and then you may binge and completely forget about the whole foods and just binge on unhealthy stuff and then fall down a like spiral because you're like, oh well, I already gave up, so you just quit altogether. But the 80-20 rule sets it in place where you're allowed to have those things, so you feel better about it, and you just like know that you'll get back into eating those nutrient dense foods when it is necessary and when you want to. But yeah, you will learn to cut out the bad stuff, and you'll find replacements for them, things that you'd rather have. So yeah, I hope this gave you some like insight into what I mean when I say whole, minimally processed foods. Just remember to start slow and add on from there. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. It shouldn't be overwhelming. Just keep it simple. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.